Thursday. It's your host, Maya.
And I'm your host, Ajane, and we're bringing you all the latest news from DTV.
Today is Wednesday, February 25th, and we're continuing your week the Panther way.
We've got news, sports, weather, and everything you need to know.
It may not be Bullying Awareness Month, but we're here to support you. If you or anyone you know is experiencing bullying, don't be afraid to talk to the one of many trusted adults on campus. You're not alone, and we're here to help you.
Attendance reminder, submit absence notes to Student Services before 7:25 a.m. or email them to dwyerstudentservices@palmbeachschools.org.
Now, please enjoy these videos from our DTV 1 class.
Harriet Tubman was an abolitionist who fought for the freedom of African Americans. She had a bounty on her head, and she went all across the South freeing them and leading them in the Underground Railroad to freedom, and I think she's a hero personally.
Rosa Parks was a black woman born in 1913. In 1955, she refused to give up her bus seat in Alabama. That started the Montgomery bus boycott, which ended bus segregation. Her courage helped kick off the civil rights movement. That's why we celebrate her in Black History Month, and she encouraged so many people to launch the civil rights movement.
Ali profoundly impacted society as a transformative cultural icon, leveraging his boxing fame to advocate for civil rights, religious freedom, and anti-war efforts. As a three-time world champion and UN Messenger of Peace.
Martin Luther King Jr. changed the world by spearheading this American civil rights movement through nonviolent resistance, directly leading to the landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964 and Voting Rights Act of 1965. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American civil rights activist and Baptist minister who was a leader of the civil rights movement before 1955 until his assassination in 1968.
Michael Jackson was the king of pop and one of the greatest performers of all time. From going to the Super Bowl to winning 8 Grammys in one night. He was a dancer, a fashionist, a singer, a producer, and a filmmaker. Growing up in a harsh family, Michael Jackson had it rough as a kid. But when he grew up, he became one of the most legendary men to ever walk the planet. One of the best dancers of all time. Some call him a Renaissance man. Some call him an angel that fell from heaven and landed on earth. His superstardom and fame will never be topped to this day. From the catchiest tunes to the smoothest dance moves, the inspirational movements, changing the world. Michael Jackson plays a big role when it comes to Black History Month.
Harriet Tubman was a black woman born in the 19th century that was born into slavery and was subject to being a slave. When she was younger, she was a victim of a severe head injury because a 2-ton weight was thrown at her head and it fractured her skull. And she had complications her entire life, which included seizures that probably hurt really bad. She was also known as the founder and creator of something known as the Underground Railroad, which is not a real railroad with a train, but rather tunnels that connected each other to help slaves escape slavery in their master's house and plantations.
Rosa Parks was another African American woman who we now recognize and admire due to her bravery and acts towards the segregation rights and stuff. On December 1st, 1955, she boarded a city bus and decided to sit in the front of the bus, which was back then not allowed. Later, a young man, white man, approached her and asked her to move. Rosa Parks then calmly declined and said she wanted to stay there. She then got arrested because that was not legal back then, and African American women had to give up their seats for white males. When she got arrested, the same day she got out because of a bail. And then a pastor named Martin Luther King helped with the rights, and then she died in 2005. Katherine Johnson was another woman of color who was one of the first 3 women of color to work for NASA. She was considered to be a human computer because of how good at math she was. She made breakthroughs which were necessary and crucial for the Apollo 11 mission, amongst other NASA manned missions. A movie was created about her called Hidden Figures. Her and her 3 friends who were selected from to be a mathematician for NASA. And in the movie, she fought against segregation in her office, and it showed the struggle that she faced, and it was a really good movie.
Class.
Welcome back. Now it's time for school updates and general information.
Remember to get to class on time. Too many tardies will result in a loss of privileges. 1 to 2 being a written warning, 3 to 5 being lunch attention, and 6 to 10 is ALC or worst case scenario suspension.
Seniors and juniors, this is a time for you. Prom tickets are on sale. The theme is Sunset Soarer, and tickets can be bought in the cafeteria during both lunches. Prom is April 11th at 7 p.m.
Prom and graduation season is approaching. Make sure you have your obligations paid for. You can check recent balances in your SIS and pay them off via school cash online or in person at the guidance office.
You will need to have a certain amount of volunteer hours to purchase tickets to prom, so make sure you have 20 hours if you want to attend.
Student IDs must be visible around the neck at all times. There is a replacement fee of $5 for lost IDs.
Remember, threats are never a joke. Any threat, verbal or written, will be taken seriously and handled immediately by school police. Safety drills will continue throughout the year to keep us prepared.
Yearbooks are now $100 and will continue to increase again soon. The school code is 17481. There is an after-school driver's ed course in room 4103 from 3 to 5 p.m. every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday until May 13th. Attendance is very important, and after 2 absences, you'll be dropped from the class.
Before we go to sports and weather, please follow us on Instagram at Dwyer_DTV News. That's all from us today, Panthers. I'm your host, Ajane.
And I'm your host, Maya. Enjoy the rest of your week, and Jack will take it away.
What's up, I'm Jack, and this is DTV Sports and Weather. This week we have beach volleyball against Martin County at Ocean K Park at 3 p.m., JV baseball against Jupiter at 4 p.m., JV and varsity boys volleyball at Boca Raton at 5 p.m. On Thursday we have JV baseball against Somerset at 3:30 p.m. and beach volleyball against South Fork at 3:30 p.m. as well. And lastly, on Friday we have varsity girls lacrosse against Cardinal Newman at 6 p.m. Now on to the weather. This week's forecast shows it will be a chilly week, highs being 81 degrees and lows being 41 degrees. Humidity will be reaching a peak at 70% and wind speeds will peak at 16 miles an hour. That's all for today. Thank you for watching DTV News and have a great week.